Well, howdy. Let's see, get these down here where you can see. A few videos ago, I did a video about this gun. This is a 35 Smith and Wesson. Well, what's unique about it is in the disassemble, among other things, under the disassembly, you see this pin here? This whole section pivots up. You'll see that in the other video. The reason these other two are on the table is they use a similar concept. This is a 1907 Dryse. The Dryse was a small hand pistol. It has a couple of unique features about it. First of all, this was designed by Hugo Schmeiser, and it was developed for the by the Rheinmetall Company. It was in competition with the FN 1900 at the time. The problem is that the FN 1900 had a patent. It was John Browning's patent on a little thing called the slide. You may notice that Smith and Wesson also has no real slide. It's instead it's this gripping piece here that you need this disconnector to make the thing work without the huge spring pressure that it's got. Well, Dryse had a similar problem. You cock this one by grabbing the forward on this thing and pushing back like that. To do a full disassembly, which I'm not going to do, requires you to disconnect the barrel from this section. What's interesting is that the way this was designed is the lip on the front of this magazine is supposed to be used as a tool to grab this little area here and push down to allow you to remove this from the frame. This is a really tight pistol, and I would never do that with this one. But here's the thing I wanted to show. You push this, oh, wait a minute, got to uncock it. You push this thing sideways and lift, and the whole thing becomes a hinged assembly. Interestingly, this was the hideout gun that Manfred von Richthofen had on him when he was shot down. He also had a Luger on his hip, but he had this as a hideout gun. It was a very popular pistol in Germany at the time. Well, that hinge concept was used yet again, this time by Czechoslovakia in 1938. This was the CZ-38, which was designed for the Czech army and was approved exactly 4 days before the Germans moved in and said, we're here now. And they took a whole bunch of these and gave them to various departments of the Waffen, the Weimar, the various army units. I think the Luftwaffe even used some of these, and some of the bureaucratic organizations. It's a perfectly good pistol, they thought. Oh, by the way, these two, this is in 35 Smith & Wesson, this one's in 32 ACP, this is in 380. That was what the Czechs used at the time. What's interesting about it, you'll notice there's no real safety on the thing. This is not a safety. This is the takedown mechanism. You push forward on it, lift up, and then pull the slide completely off. But you see it has that same hinge arrangement on the front. So it's just something that has been used many times. The other thing I wanted to show, and I pulled the screws that hold the grip on out so I could show it. This, oh, come on now. Take the magazine out. Empty here, you notice. But move this down, and you can see the assembly for the hammer spring, or the hammer release. I just think that's just a very interesting design. Reminds me of the internals of a 1907 Rothsteyr. But interesting pistol. Let's see if I can put this all back together. Oh, that's right. You got to slide it in from the bottom. Slide her in. And put this back on. And then put the screws back in. And then put this on. Back. And there it is. Anyway, 3 hinged pistols.